Not all movies can please every faith or family.
But if this one wasn't for you, you're demoted to GAC.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Hit or Miss Hallmark Movie Reviews. I'm Daniela.
And I'm John. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
And click the little bell to receive notifications every time we upload a new video.
We try to upload once or twice a week, so please keep coming back for more.
So today we are reviewing Love Classified. I just want to say one little tidbit about this before we get into things.
Okay.
I tend to bash a lot of the Hallmark titles because they're usually pretty generic and bad. But I liked this title. I really liked this title because it was very on point thematically here. There's different classifications of love in this movie.
Absolutely. Actually, this is probably one of the better titles.
Yeah,
and it actually
totally agree. So
really
I just wanted to
makes
start
sense.
off by saying that.
This is part of Hallmark's Spring into Love, which we've been loving so far.
We've been loving it so far, yeah. So what's this one about?
In the town of Penfield, an app named Classifie has taken the town by storm. People anonymously post any type of classified information and other people respond. The Classifie app helps bring romance novelist Amelia Bloom, played by Melora Hardin, together with her family when she returns to Penfield for a book signing. While home, she tries to repair her relationship with her estranged children, Taylor, played by Katherine McNamara, and Zach, played by Max Lloyd-Jones. Taylor owns her own boutique plant store, and Zach is a struggling artist and painter.
As Amelia tries to reconnect, Taylor, Zach, and Amelia, to a certain extent, explore new and past relationships through the Classifie app. Zach is given a chance to heal old wounds since he matched with his own mother, which was pretty weird and funny. While Taylor matches with a woman that actually changes the way she's always thought about love. And Amelia connects with an old high school friend. A lot of different things going on here. So what did we think about this one? So right off the bat, I was like, oh wow, the editing here is really cool. And it's hip. I know you were making fun of me by saying hip or
Yes,
whatever.
Grandma.
Yes, I know, but it was hip and cool and fast-paced. The sped up walking in the hotel scene. So I was really liking it right off the bat.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stylization.
And right away.
Because they're painting a picture of a bunch of different people, they kind of had different cinematography for the whole intro of the.
And I thought that was very cool. As you're watching the movie, if you stick with it, it becomes clear that this is about so much more than an app. And
Well, yeah.
I was starting to really get into this. So I enjoyed this one immensely.
Me too. Actually, this one is one of my favorites so far. Not only this year and just in general. And it's definitely a step in a different direction for Hallmark, but it's a direction they need to go in, especially now. This is actually the first time I've ever recommended a Hallmark movie to my mom because she likes horror and disaster movies and not these. But I think she would actually enjoy this. I'm not sure if you've watched it yet.
Yeah, it had great pacing. And overall, it had great performances. The writing was really good. It was quick and fast and witty and intelligent. And just the whole concept of this movie, it was just unique.
Very modern, very mature, and the dialogue was very quick and witty.
So I think sometimes movies with multiple love stories like Valentine's Day or
New Year's Eve,
I think they can be overwhelming or confusing with too many moving parts, too many storylines. But I think Hallmark straddled that line really well here.
Well, I think it's because they scaled it back. There's only there's about 8 people that kind of meet up to 4 people on one side, 4 people on the other side, where I think Valentine's Day had 12 main actors and
too many.
Yeah, it was a lot to take in. I remember not liking that movie because it was just too much.
It wasn't one of my favorites. I like multiple storyline centered movies, and I like how they're all somehow interconnected. I am a fan of that kind of storytelling, but if there's too many storylines, too many people, then it does get a bit much for me. But there was just the right amount here, I think.
Agreed.
I know, and I also thought it was really clever to have multiple love stories that covered different types of relationships and relationship dynamics. So Amelia, she started a second chance romance, which is always a trope that we love to see. Taylor started dating her mother's cardiologist, which was a woman. So we have, a same-sex relationship there.
But a brand new same-sex relationship. She had never dated a girl before, and just being matched up on that app kind of opened her mind to it.
Yeah, each love connection was really fun and unique. And even though this was a totally new experience for Taylor, you can tell that Taylor and Frankie, you know, it seemed like they had a really deep connection.
I mean, I think it's kind of easy to show, especially in a, you know, a cutesy girl relationship with two like smoke shows. I mean, that's pretty easy.
So, yeah.
And they even mention when she kind of realizes it's a woman, it's like, well, she's a doctor. It's like, oh wow, that's like such a girl thing. It doesn't matter if she's a girl, she's a doctor.
Yeah, well, her mother made that was the first thing she said. Nothing about the fact that you're dating a woman. It was like, oh my God, my daughter's dating a doctor.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
I like that.
You know, as one might expect, there's a real struggle here between old school and new school approaches to finding love and figuring out what's right for you. And, you know, of course, spoiler alert, like there's no right way to find love. If you're more comfortable texting or typing or just doing everything online, then that's okay and that's right for you. But if you need to be more in person and take more of a traditional route to meeting people, then that's totally fine. Like Amelia and Brian, her old high school flame, right?
Yeah, but there was a good scene with Taylor and Frankie where they were out taking a hike somewhere and Taylor wanted to say something to her sensitive, but she couldn't do it to her face. So she literally just, give me a second, walked away and texted her on the app. I thought that was really silly, but
that's
actually,
like a perfect example of that.
That's absolutely what people would do.
Okay, so let's address it. This film was not without some controversy, as we saw online ourselves.
Even like weeks before this aired, there was...
People were bashing it, people were kind of...
They weren't even bashing it, it was like they
were... not watching it, they were just not gonna watch it.
Yeah, it was almost like taking a stand, like, no, I won't watch that, that's not in my Hallmark universe, and like, all right.
You know, like if lesbian, gay, same-sex, gender fluid, whatever stuff is not your cup of tea, then this isn't the right movie for you. Like that, and that's okay.
That is okay. I mean,
move forward. Don't watch it.
We watch Hallmark movies to feel comfortable, not even have to worry about it. You just turn on the channel and you're there. You know, if you're an older viewer and maybe religious and things like that bother you or they threaten you, then
you would be missing out on a great movie. But
completely.
If you don't want to watch it, then don't watch it. But
hey, if you don't want to, you can head on over to GAC.
I guess. I'll address that later. Yeah, obviously we're Hallmark fans. We love all the tropes. We embrace all that stuff. As you said, like we come to watch it for some like cozy comfort vibes, right?
Yeah, but I also want to see Hallmark push out of their bubble a little bit and try new things, and no pun intended.
But I think if you're hanging on to the formula and the tropes and the tradition and you didn't give this one a chance, I think it's a real shame. Like I just think those people would be pleasantly surprised if they watched the whole thing. Because really, this ends up being about a family, like struggling to come to terms with the damage of their mom leaving them 5 years ago after the death of the father, and healing from that the best they can, and then finding room to grow, to be themselves, to find love.
Or to find who they are, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like, in the movie, both Taylor's brother and her mom, neither one of them said anything about the gay thing. It was taken in stride completely and it's like, oh wow. And you know, there's even angles of this movie where you could think like, oh, well, she's acting out because she's mad at her mom or something.
Yeah, but no, it was not even about that, right? Yeah. So let's talk performances. So I think Melora Hardin steals the show for me here.
I knew she was gonna be great, but I didn't think she was gonna be this great.
Yeah, she was awesome. I mean, you know, obviously a lot of us know her as Jan from The Office, but she was also in Transparent. Really dynamic ranges in her acting chops, for sure.
Yeah,
she was great.
I would love to see more of her in the Hallmark
Hallmark universe, that would be amazing. She did such a great job here. Very honest, vulnerable character, but also cool and classy at the same time.
Yeah, I believed the whole family dynamic. I thought they painted that really well.
There's one particular scene where she essentially confesses to abandoning her grown children. It's kind of her monologue towards the end in front of like an audience of who came to see her at her book signing. And that monologue was fantastic. It was so good. She was so vulnerable, she was so honest, yet like still succinct and still kind of like held it together. I
really believed her as a renowned writer. Like she really fit the part
so well.
more than anybody I've seen in any
kudos to the writer then. For the writers here were fantastic. The monologue was so good.
It's actually kind of funny because that bar scene where her bartender is the one and only
Paul Campbell.
My top 3. He's in my top 3, not yours.
No, I know, but I still love Paul Campbell. This little cameo of him was very surprising.
As soon as I saw him in this movie, and I honestly thought it was like, oh man, he could have wrote this.
Yeah, because he wrote Unexpected Christmas, which is like obviously one of our favorites. No, it was cool to see him. Let's get nitpicky.
Nitty.
I did not like the chat bubbles, the pop-up text graphics on the screen.
But you grew to accept them.
Yes, because they reduced the consistency of it.
Yeah, I think there's one scene in the flower shop where it's like literally there's like boop, 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 like the whole screen pops up and I'm like, oh my God.
I don't know why it bothers me so much. And I was like, oh no, is this gonna happen throughout the whole movie? And also, you know, anything like with an app, you know, I'm kind of like over it. I don't really like to watch movies that involve like an app because we're so like inundated with it anyway every day.
Not me, 12 Dates of Christmas.
I know, and I liked that one. There wasn't like pop-ups, chat bubbles in your face and text messages in your face, like on the screen.
Yeah.
I understand it's serving the purpose, but I just didn't like it. So I was very happy that they kind of like lessened as we went along.
Yeah, me too. But in the end, I didn't hate them.
And then a little tidbit that like everyone seems to be talking about is Ashley Williams.
The Easter egg.
Ashley Williams, who's, you know, OG Hallmark leading lady.
Yeah.
She is on the cover of Amelia's books. Amelia's a romance writer, and she's on the cover, so we'll show a little.
I heard
clip of
other
that.
people talking about this on other channels, and nobody caught that in the movie.
It was very hard to tell.
Yeah,
it was very hard. Yeah.
It's not like they hit it well.
She looked like kind of like a espionage sleuth, cool kind of girl.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought that was a really cool Easter egg.
Yeah, it was.
So let's talk about the writer and the director. So the writer here is Lynn Sternberger. Other writing credits include Bold Type, Bluff, City Law, Guilty Party, a bunch of things that I'm actually not too familiar with.
No, I don't know any of those.
No, but I think she did do a bunch of Hallmark stuff.
The director here is Stacey Ann Hardin. I think she did Color Murder.
Yeah, a lot like Christmas, Mystery 101, like a few episodes, or maybe just one episode, but yeah.
So did this hit or miss your Hallmark?
This hit for me, hit my Hallmark.
Yeah, this hit a few Hallmarks for me.
Yeah? We loved it. If it's not your cup of tea, if you don't like watching stories that are a bit more progressive and open and stray from the formula, then don't watch it.
I mean, let's talk about this for a second because it's not like this is pushing new boundaries. Let's call a spade a spade. Hallmark is like 15 years late on this inclusive film game.
Yeah.
And it's like people are like, oh, I can't believe they went there. I was like, what? I can't believe it took so long to
This
get
isn't
here.
the first time either. Like we had Christmas House.
Yeah, and Christmas House too. And I can't think of any others.
Maybe they
sometimes there's like an
hinted at
offside
it.
gay
Maybe
character,
someone
but-
can just remind us in the comments where else have we seen these kinds of relationships? And I don't recall offhand. I just know Christmas House.
I mean,
is
Christmas House 1
beforehand.
and 2 and this movie are like in my top 20 for sure. So I guess I like the gay ones.
But again, we loved it. You'll be pleasantly surprised if you stick with it. It's really great. It's more of like a modern hip kind of movie. It's, you know, it has the same messages that a typical Hallmark movie would have, but they just approach it in a different way.
Kudos to Hallmark for
Definitely. We loved it.
really hitting it out of the park with this.
We loved this one, so thank you, Hallmark. So let's talk about the big pink elephant in the room. I think we need to address it. So CCB.
Wait, did you just call CCB a big pink elephant?
I did, is that bad?
No, I think it's fine.
No, not her, just the situation.
I know.
So Candace Cameron Bure has left Hallmark. I think everyone now knows about this.
Now, this is kind of weird, and maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but she did leave a day after they aired Love Classified.
Well, here's the thing. She released a statement that I thought was interesting and that I thought had some more subtext than actual text.
Got you. Why don't you,
know
read
what I
this,
mean?
why don't you read this statement?
Yeah, so I'm very excited to develop heartwarming, family and faith-filled programming and make the kind of stories my family and I love to watch. I am constantly looking for ways that I can inspire people to live life with purpose. GAC fits my brand perfectly. We share a vision of creating compelling, wholesome content for an audience who wants to watch programming for and with the whole family. Great quality entertainment with a positive message is what my partnership with GAC is all about.
Okay, understood. If you kind of read between the lines, I guess, you don't really have to read between the lines.
The lines are there. I don't know. The
there's
spin
no-
is that Hallmark no longer produces family, faith-friendly content. Is that what she's insinuating?
Maybe they just laid off the God button a little bit.
Let's get all the facts out there. She will develop, star, and produce a lot of their Christmas movies and rom-coms. So that's a huge career advancement. And I'm assuming GAC offered her a bucket load of money.
Oh,
So
no doubt.
There you go.
And quite honestly, she was not getting the same parts on Hallmark because
not
there's
as
better.
many. Yeah.
I mean,
She was the reigning queen, but you know, we think she's been replaced with Lacey, I think.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Lacey, you are my new queen. Actually, I never really called Candace. Yeah. So we can touch on the Aurora Tea Garden mysteries.
Yeah.
People were kind of up in arms because they really love that and they want to see it keep going. Apparently, she's not barred from doing that. Her contract with GAC says that she's doing rom-coms
And Christmas.
but there's nothing to say that Aurora Tea Garden is going to cease to exist.
But I wonder if Hallmark will be okay with that. I mean, I'm sure they would.
I mean, a lot of people are buzzing and just saying, just replace her with one of the other people in the show because it makes sense. And a lot of other people were saying, she doesn't make sense in that role anyways. She's playing a 20-something, which doesn't make any sense.
I didn't realize
She's playing a 20-something that is thinking about having kids. Doesn't she have 5 kids? The believability is just not there.
I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that she was supposed to be playing someone younger. Yeah. I had no idea about that. I didn't really watch Aurora Tea Garden. I think I watched the first 2 that came out, and they were good. And I enjoy her. I do enjoy her. But yeah, whether that continues or not doesn't really affect us in any negative way. I don't think so.
No.
I mean, to be completely honest, we're Canadian, so I didn't even know GAC existed before this year.
Yeah, we got IPTV and this.
And now we're able to watch GAC, but before that, didn't even know it existed. We'll definitely keep an eye out for Candace's movies on GAC.
Oh, for sure. They've already started advertising on GAC with her face, just saying, the Queen of Christmas is here.
She's joined us. Whoa. Yeah. No, they've dedicated the lower third to her. So
yeah. I am excited to just have more Christmas movies.
Well,
if anything, that's a good thing from GAC. But
for sure. So why don't we do our Hallmark checklist report card? We like to do this for every review. So let's get to it.
Okay. A promotion or deadline?
So no, right? I don't think there was that.
No, there wasn't.
No. Career-driven lead. So I think there were multiple here.
Pretty much all of them.
Taylor owned her own botanics, plant.
Fancy plant store.
Fancy plant store. And of course, Amelia was the romance writer, very successful.
Extremely.
Writer.
Big misunderstanding.
I have yes here.
Yes. Well, because of the initial first meetup on that app was Amelia and her son, who came to the bar, and I guess that's definitely a big misunderstanding.
And then, of course, Amelia didn't find out about Taylor until later on in the movie. I don't know if that's a misunderstanding. No.
Definitely the first thing.
Okay.
I also love that scene when he comes into the bar to meet his mom, and they're like, "Oh no!" And Paul Campbell's face is.
Oh, it's hilarious. His reaction's hilarious. A change of heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone gets dumped, fired, or dies.
So I have a yes here.
Somebody gets dumped?
Does someone get dumped? This was hard with all the multiple storylines.
Yeah, I know. We really need to check these off as we're watching.
No, I don't think someone actually gets dumped.
Or, no? I don't think so either.
No. Second romance subplot. Well, there are multiple romance
and
subplots
third
here.
And fourth.
Yeah. So definite yes for that.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
A proposal or wedding?
No. Travel issues? No. No.
No. No. Selling the house, business, farm, bookstore?
No. No, right? Big city, small town transition? Yes. Amelia comes from, I think, maybe New York City or something, and she goes to her hometown of Penfield.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really make Penfield seem like a small town, even though I think it was supposed to be.
It was pretty quaint. I would say it's pretty quaint.
Okay, you're pretty.
It's probably like a suburb.
You're quaint.
I am?
Yeah. The almost kiss.
No, we have a full-on kiss too.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of kissing.
There was 2. Taylor and Frankie had 2 very passionate, nice kisses.
I feel like they're phasing out the almost kiss.
Maybe. I don't know. I still like that trope because I come to expect it.
Yeah, we even call it out in movies that aren't Hallmark all the time.
It's the first thing we call out whenever we notice something. Oh my God, almost kiss. Yeah, and mad dash to the airport. Let's go get her.
Yes.
Yes.
Because she eventually comes to the book signing. I said when it was happening, I was like, oh, this is a mad dash. She's gonna go.
Definitely.
I mean, you knew she was gonna go.
And that was great. That was awesome.
I did like how they kind of held off her accepting her mom till the very end. And there was a couple scenes where I was like, get over it.
No, I know. They were grown. It's not like they necessarily needed the mom around, but it wasn't very motherly to abandon them after their father died.
No,
So
I did, like,
I understand why they were
She mentioned
angry.
like I couldn't picture how I could live in that house after
I mean,
what
I
happened.
understand.
Yeah, but that's kind of.
But it was nice that everything came back full circle and she's now staying in Penfield and she's healthy and there was a bit of that health scare that we talked about. So
Big happy ending though in the end.
yeah, but also still uncertainty about the relationships and where they'll go. Everyone's together.
Yeah, well that's life.
Exactly. So
I
it's
mean-
nice that everyone's together, but who knows what will happen. It was great. We loved this one.
Anywho, kudos to Hallmark for pushing the boundaries even further.
Yeah, and giving us some interesting movies.
We're enjoying it more and more.
We're enjoying it. We loved it.
Very much.
We hope you guys give it a chance too. It's really great.
Definitely give
Yeah.
it a chance. So thanks for tuning in.
Thank you guys. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, engage with us. Let us know in the comments if it hit or missed the Hallmark for you. We love hearing from you guys. And thank
Please
you
do.
for the support.
We'll see you next episode.
Bye.
Bye.